Shanahan and Andy McNamara.
Thanks, Claude. Shanny, players to watch tonight. Let's begin with the visiting Toronto Rock, and the 22-year-old phenom, Rob Hellier, leads the league in scoring. He's been tearing it up.
Oh, he sure has. And you said he's so far this year.
And has really capitalized with the absence of Captain Colin Doyle and Garrett Billings stepping up there. When you look at tonight's matchup, Shanny, it's really a showcase of the elite, because 4 of the top 5 scorers in the NLL are playing tonight.
Yeah, no surprise. Toronto's the second highest scoring team in the league, and there's some good firepower on this Buffalo team too.
And moving to the hosting Buffalo Bandits, a guy who does it a little bit differently, but just as dominant, Ryan Benesh.
He sure is, you know, and it shouldn't be.
Here's to Brian Shanahan and Andy McNamara.
Thanks, Claude. Players to watch, Shandy. Let's begin with the home Toronto Rock. Rob Hellier and Josh Sanderson get most of the love, most of the headlines, but we can't overlook Brett Hickey and his 30-goal season. What a great story. And Shandy, moving to the visiting Edmonton Rush, Mark Matthews, first overall pick in 2012 at 6'5", having himself another phenomenal season.
Yeah, and if we said Hickey's a surprise, there's no something out of nothing.
Short, compact shot, but it's like a cannon, Shandy.
Oh, it sure does.
Nowhere.
Just uses the wrist and he puts it in.
We'll take a look at, this is an interesting stat, the points per game here. And you look at Rob Hellier, Sean Evans, and division, as you can see, 9-1 record. The Buffalo Bandits trying to keep pace with the Rochester Nighthawks here. First game of a home-and-home in Toronto at the Air Canada Centre tomorrow. And you see Minnesota and then the New England Black Wolves pulling up the rear in the East Division. In the West, really tight here, Shannon.
Yeah, it sure is tight. Calgary, who went 0-6 to start the season, is only 2 wins behind every other team.
Yeah.
And I bet you'll see them go on a roll now.
Absolutely. Too much talent to keep the Roughnecks down. But, hey, it's really anybody's division there. But the Toronto Rock and Buffalo Bandits here tonight. The Rock up 7-5 at the half. And, Shanny, interestingly enough, when these two teams squared off in the Rock's home opener, it was Buffalo up 7-5.
Yeah, absolutely. But these two teams, it's the way they play. It goes back and forth. A lot of ebb and flow to this game.
He got here tonight with his couple of goals and an assist. And, Shanny, when you talk about Sanderson career-wise, and we saw that beautiful behind-the-back pass in the first half.
Absolutely. He's now jumped ahead of Colin Doyle to be the number 2 all-time assist behind somebody else named John Tavares.
Not bad.
We've got 2 legends playing today, and both of them have performed. Josh Sanderson at 38 and Tavares at 46.
Unbelievable. And you look at Ryan Benesh, our player to watch in the before the game. A big one here this Sunday afternoon. Andy McNamara alongside Steven Stamp. The Toronto Rock hosting the undefeated 12-0 Edmonton Rush. Stamper, the Rush have matched the all-time record of 12 straight victories set by the Rochester Nighthawks in 2007. What a season it has been for this Edmonton club.
They've been tremendous, and perhaps the most interesting thing about it is they started out well, had a little bit of a struggle where they were in some close games, won a few one-goal games, and they've gotten a lot better. They have looked so good in their last 3 games. It's hard to imagine the way they're playing right now, anybody beating them. The Rock are going to have a go at it, and the big thing Toronto has going for them this afternoon is Edmonton did play last night.
Yes.
They can hope the Rush are a little tired.
15-11 victory over the Nighthawks in Rochester for the Edmonton Rush. It was actually the first time this season that the team had given up more than 10 goals. So for the Rock, if you're a Toronto fan, you're hoping you catch this Edmonton team maybe a little tired, but the way Aaron Bold has been playing and that defense, second in goals against, first in save percentage, my goodness, he looks unstoppable, and that defense is even better.
Yeah, I mean, he's...
For the Toronto Rock, a lot of moves made at the trade deadline, trying to retool, restaff, get back something that they clearly haven't had all season long. The biggest acquisition, getting goaltender Brandon Miller from the Philadelphia Wings.
Playing all the time.
Getting to the Edmonton Rush, it's interesting to note that the Rock have the top goal scorer, or top point getter, in assists as well, in Garrett Billings. Tied for second in overall goals scored, Stephen LeBlanc. The Edmonton Rush appear nowhere in those top 10 stats, but guess what? They have multiple contributors. They are so dangerous with those young guns. Mark Matthews, Curtis Knight. You can run down the gauntlet.
Yeah. They've got...
Conway waits. Blind pass. Zach Greer back to Conway. 44 seconds left on the power play, up the post. And Miller hustled over to that left post. Make sure nothing else got in. Zach Greer, point blank range. Jesse Gamble, a second two lays. But Miller with the stop. Miller post to post.